Mm, that's okay. I think something is cutting out. Okay. Not sure the sound quality is good enough, but there we go. Okay, so this is a classic map called Back in the Desert. Some kind of fix. It's a bit modified. And there's 5 minutes until peacetime. The multiplayer works like this. We have peacetime we set before the game. We usually play 60 minutes, and that's your time for making a base. So you have 1 hour to build your entire base, and then you start fighting. You can take out your troops out of barracks and go and fight. So there's 2 teams with 4 players each here. You can see this is the bottom team and the top team here as well. So some of those locations are easier than the others. This is probably the most powerful location on this map. Location 3. Location 5 is also pretty nice because you have pretty much unlimited iron. You will usually have about 3 iron mines on normal maps, normal locations, but you have 5 here, so there's not a lot of space too, so you likely usually make a lot of iron weapons. This is kind of a strange tactic to have as many as 4 armor smithies. I think 3 could be enough, but you can see they are all empty, they don't have iron. So maybe this base could be a bit smaller. And the result could be better, I guess. Not a lot of weapons. Like the minimal army you will want to have is about 60 troops on peacetime. Obviously there are people who will have a bit more. You can see here, for example, pretty nice army. About 70 troops. A bit lacks a bit of recruits, but should be fine, I guess. A bit more weapons than needed as well, I see. I think Kungan had pretty nice army. Yeah, like I said, this is pretty powerful location. It seems very chaotic, but it seems to work. Oh, I didn't expect Skeleton to be playing. Usually spectates. Interesting army. I don't really see a standard base. Maybe this one, because all of these locations are pretty strange. We have a couple of minutes break. Marketplace is sometimes used. Shimafilo. Marketplace is sometimes used, but later into the game. It's not really useful because the prices of the wares are a bit too high. You will likely use the marketplace. Well, one nice trade that people like to be using, for example, Mr. Fu uses it all the time, is trading for corn. Like, for example, stone for corn, and some other ideas as well. Mr. Fu always makes makes a market late into the peacetime, and when he stops building, he starts trading all his stone for corn. So it kind of works like an extra farm. Yeah, we never do that because vineyards cost you wood, and the wood is very useful for building buildings. Good trade value. I need to explore that because probably nobody thought about trading wine for anything. Mostly because we never really make it. You know, we usually make just mod farms instead, because they're a bit better. Like wine doesn't give you too much. How do I say that? When you take a look at all the types of food you can use, and wine is at the bottom of the list, it doesn't feed the citizens as much as a sausage, which is the best one. User joined your channel. Yeah, it's exactly it wine gives you the least stamina.
User left your channel.
Yeah, but you can. Ah, well, if you want to find some other better thing to trade, then I don't know if I can help, because well, trading is never really too good. I think like when you lose all the gold you can mine, for example, and you need to start trading for gold. Same goes with coal. Then we usually trade wooden weapons, or maybe wood, like the unprocessed wood. How is it called? The tree trunks. The tree trunks. Yeah. But wooden weapons are pretty nice to trade. Also sausages are pretty nice, because if your base has a lot of pig farms and you have a lot of sausages, then you will not need too many of them in some time, because they feed the citizens very well. But to be honest, we never focus too much on the food part of the city. As you can see here, probably, yeah, there's no food here. Only a couple of flour, I can't say that. So the inn is kinda empty. Ah, but then we're looking at Baratheon. He's known for not caring too much about food, so maybe there are better examples. Oh, Lucky has 14 sausages. This seems nice. Oh, can see a nice example. Whoa! Why Regis has 17 skins here? This is quite a lot. Anyway, as you probably heard a while ago, there was a gong, so the peacetime is over and the troops can get out now. Hopefully we'll see some nice fights, but this is not the best map for fighting, maybe. It's a modified version, so the battlefield is a bit better, but still, it's a shame we didn't have a better map being played here. Wiesz co, wbił ziomek na TeamSpeak'a i tak chwilę pisałem z nim i chciałem pokazać po prostu jak wyglądają gry w multi. Chciał zobaczyć. To odpaliłem na chwilę. In case anyone was wondering, I was responding to Philo in Polish. People still gathering troops. Takes quite a while before you get out of the barracks. You can see the top team has it much easier to get out. You know, it's kind of obvious when you look at it that the bottom team needs way more time, because it's like not optimal going out of barracks and then you have to go to the top, so they keep going left and right and they just block the entrance, so there's a traffic jam. So it's kind of normal that when you go outside the barracks, you just go in 3 directions. So if your barracks, if your troops are supposed to go to the bottom, then they will go out much easier than if you try to go to the top. here's hope that the top team will leave some time for the bottom team to get a good position. Doesn't seem like Skeletor on Agent Steel wants to do that. Before we see some fight, I'll give you a quick rundown on the teams here. The top team has Kungen, Phil of the Hill, or King of the Hill, Agent Steel, also known as Skeletor, and Baratheon. While the bottom team has Mitrelas, Lucky, Butterscotch, and Regis. When I look at these teams on paper, I'd say the top is probably better. Especially Kungen is a star here. This star doesn't mean he's a star, it means he's a host of this game, but maybe it's a weird coincidence, but probably the best player on paper here. Although you can see the armies are quite nice from everyone. I like what I see here from Mitrelas as well. Well, German player here also has plenty of X-bows or crossbows, but he probably wishes he had a bit more melee. Not sure why he went. It's strange that he doesn't have a lot of melee troops. Only a few X-Men and that's it, pretty much. Crossbows are pretty powerful on this map because there's a lot of space. Try to zoom out a bit. I'd appreciate some feedback on the quality, if everything's alright, because I'll probably make a more official stream later on. There we go. Fight starts on the bottom. Kungen fights with Regis. I have a bad feeling that Regis will lose his soldiers pretty soon when I look at this amount of X-bows here. Yeah, like I said. But Kungen didn't have a lot of melee here, so it's not a lost cause, but it will be very hard to kill this amount. Crossbows are very powerful against iron units. You can see Mitrelas is losing here. Sorry, winning, obviously, winning. Should win without problem. Lucky seems to be doing well, even if there's a lot of X-bows here as well. Oh, Regis isn't that bad here. He still has a lot of X-bows, but he might want to start going back with them. Doesn't look too good for the bottom team, but oh, what happened here? Didn't look too bad for Mitrelas, and now he's losing, it seems. I didn't really see this army here. Okay. Baratheon risks it all and storms attack into upcoming reinforcements from Lucky. This was a pretty nice decision, I think. Like he still holds it against Phil of the Hill. He should probably be a bit more aggressive with that amount of X-bows, come on. He can just push him out. He can obviously also wait, because Regis can't do anything to him. And it's, well, almost over on the left side here. Mitrelas has a chance to kill this. Well, he'll probably kill this if he can catch it. But doesn't matter too much. The entire army from the... Sorry, the entire army of the bottom team was destroyed here. Only a couple of shooters left. So this is a pretty one-sided game here. So unless some very clever tactics save them now, this would be a lost cause. They can still try to defend in the city, but I think it's too late for that. Look at this. The horses will kill all these shooters probably. Oh, this is interesting catch, but without support from horses trying to kill this, and especially with this army going to the left, this is going to be a loss. So yeah, pretty short and one-sided game. I have to admit, that's how it usually looks here. The game lasted 10 minutes of fight, which is probably the average. If the game takes 20 minutes after peacetime, it's considered a good game. And if it takes more, then it's very rare to see that. Regis isn't giving up. Phil is very conservative here. He can just walk in and kill Regis. But he doesn't seem to want to do that just yet. For whatever reason. All in all, I think the teams were a bit imbalanced. I would need to see the statistics because most of these players are pretty even, except for Kungen. I mean, some of these will be obviously better. I'd probably pick Bara, Mitrelas, Lucky. I don't know. Depending on the form, the other players can be on the same level as well. But I think teams should look a bit different. Surprisingly, Phil of the Hill made a strange army with almost no melee, which worked very well in this case. It's rare to see people going for so many shooting troops and still win. It was actually a good decision, as you could see. Okay, it's GG, so we can take a look at the stats now. Yeah, you can see Kungen, massive amount of troops. Obviously the numbers are not always telling the truth here, but I mean, it depends what units you make, because if you make swordmen, then you will have a bit less numbers than someone making pikes and crossbows, for example. So it's probably better to take all the other statistics into account as well. But judging from only these, you can see Lucky and Mitrelas, Phil of the Hill. Judging from these, something like Bara, Kungen, Regis or Butters, and maybe Agent Steel would work a bit better. Wasn't the worst balance, I mean. The numbers more or less should be matching, but they'll still have a bit more. Yeah. The average is probably something like 105 here, and here it's like 97, 100. Okay, so this concludes this short stream. Might do a proper one later today. I have yet to see what I'll be doing. But if there's a nice game, then I might make a stream for you guys. So, see you for now.